Qui-Gon Jinn.
All right, so do we want to start with Chakra?
Chakra, you mean?
Is that what it is in
It's in Naruto Part 1 whenever he's teaching Konohamaru. He's like, you're Chakra, and he's like, I think you mean Chakra, boss. You remember that? It's like episode 2, where it's like, my name is Konohamaru is the name of the episode.
But is it Chakra or Chakra?
It's Chakra.
Oh,
It's just showing that Naruto's a dumbass.
Oh, yeah.
he's a full-fledged genin. He's like, you're Chakra, and he's like, I think it's Chakra, boss.
Oh, yeah. Hello, anime fans, and welcome to That Anime Podcast for casual anime fanatics, where we talk all things anime in a fun and uncensored fashion for your listening pleasure. I'm your host, Jojo, and here with me, as always, my co-host, baby brother, Brennan. And you know, we also got Colton, our oldest brother, here with us as well. Brennan, the hell's going on?
Nothing. I'm about to get the hell out of town.
Leaving
the
us,
mountains
man.
for a couple days. Get some snowboarding done. Feeling good tonight. No work tomorrow. Got a Red Bull here. Ready to talk about some anime.
Colton, how you doing?
Doing good. Got my Dr. Pepper. Ready to talk some anime and then watch some after.
Freaking Dr. Pepper, that shit'll kill you, man.
I'm switching to Diet Dew. But just gotta finish this off.
I don't know that that's much better.
Why not just Diet DP?
I can't do it.
They say
Diet
diets-
Dew tastes the best.
They say diet soda drinkers are the worst kind of addicts.
Diet Coke drinkers.
Oh, yeah. Today, it's late today. We're recording at 7 p.m., so it's dark outside.
On a hump day.
On a hump day. But we've got a fun little episode planned for you guys. But first, we got to tell you about some anime updates, and I've got a couple here. Demon Slayer movie, The Mugen Train, which I did not know it was about the Mugen Train. I just thought it was about season 1. Apparently I was wrong. So this movie surpassed Spirited Away for the highest grossing film worldwide of Japanese films.
Worldwide.
Is it already out in America?
No. In Japan. It's
it's the number 1 Japanese film of all time grossing worldwide. Animation. No.
Over Your Name?
Just Japanese film. So including films that were not animation.
I guess it's been a while. I just thought Your Name was like the number 1, but that's probably
I think Your Name is 5th now.
5th?
Yeah.
I guess it just means movies just keep getting better and the hype's just more. So every new thing just gets more and more money.
Well, and access too is the thing. More and more people are going to continue to have access for this stuff.
Yeah, Your Name is the 3rd highest grossing anime film.
What's above it? Mugen Train and what else?
Mugen Train and Spirited Away.
Spirited Away is above it?
It was number 1 before Demon Slayer.
Yeah, that's why we did the episode. It was number 1 in the world. So yeah, congratulations, Demon Slayer. The team worked hard. Can't wait to see it.
It's
still
crazy
not over
because
here.
You got to assume everybody who watched that watched season 1, whereas Spirited Away and Your Name are standalone films. You don't need anything to access it. So it's weird that it beat them. That's a lot of hype.
I'm shocked that it did also.
Because anytime there's more like part 2, part 3, you get less people each time because it's harder to access.
Yeah. They did it though.
That's wild.
Yeah. Also, second update, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, as well as Hunter x Hunter, will be leaving Netflix on March 7th. So for all you netgoons out there, you better get it in while you can because it's going to be gonzo.
JoJo only has like, how many seasons? 1 or 2?
I think
probably?
it had three seasons on
know.
Netflix.
Never made it out of 1. Hunter x Hunter, you can find that. Probably, I know Crunchyroll, probably Hulu too, I don't know.
I mean, chances are if you watch anime, you're resourceful and you find a way to get it.
And if you haven't watched Hunter x Hunter yet, then what the f*** you doing?
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's a must watch.
What you doing, G?
If you ain't watched Hunter x Hunter, oh, I can't hate. I only finished it like 6-7 months
Did you know
ago.
that there's an older anime of it before they remade it?
I've seen it, yeah.
It's kind of weird, the voice
Hisoka
actors.
is much more perverted in the old one.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
That's why it only ran for like not even 50 episodes, I don't think.
Because Killua in one episode slaps Gon's ass.
Yeah, he was staring at Gon and Killua's ass walking behind him in the forest, and they asked if he could walk in front of them. They toned down his perviness in the.
It's still there though. It's apparent.
Yeah, it is very apparent.
His pedophilia-ness.
All right, so we're breaking this episode into 3 different parts. We got part 1. We're going to talk about the movie Your Name. Part 2, we're going to talk about anime power systems, and my God, there are a lot of them. And part 3, we got to talk Attack on Titan. Some AOT.
Shingeki no Kyojin.
Shingeki no Kyojin. All right, so we all recently watched Your Name again, with the exception of Colton, but he's seen it before. We basically watched it because Brennan, did you watch it recently for the first time, or did you?
Yeah, I watched it recently, like a couple days before the last podcast. I'd been wanting to watch it, but I just was like, oh, it'll come out on something, and it never did, and it kind of got lost in the wayside. And I watched Weathering with You on HBO Max. Didn't know it was the same guy. Just saw his anime movie. We watched it, and then I was just hungering for another one. I was like, Your Name is supposed to be the best. Turns out, same dude, Makoto Shinkai, wrote that shit. And turns out another one I watched way back in the day, 5 centimeters per second, he also wrote that. So I'm like, damn, this dude.
Are they all like love story style?
Yeah, I think that's like his wheelhouse is like star-crossed lovers that are younger, I guess, or like high school
schoolers.
age.
Yeah.
But he's also got one called Garden of Words on Netflix, and I think it's like a high schooler that's like with an older girl, like in her 30s or something. I'm gonna watch it eventually.
Good for that.
But
good for that kid.
It's still star-crossed. I think that one's more set in reality, since but.
So I watched Your Name per Brennan's recommendation for the first time a couple nights ago, and I watched it on Facebook Watch for free. And interestingly, I started watching it in English, and then we got to the song, and I was like, I remember Brennan saying something about why did they do this song in English too? So
now I feel like a dumb butt saying that, since it's literally the Radwimps.
It sounds, they sound the exact same, but he's just singing it in English. But
yeah.
I switched from the English to the Japanese, and then back to the English, and then back to Japanese, and decided the Japanese I preferred. So
Just
I watched
for the
whole
song
movie.
or the movie?
For the movie. I was back and forth for about the first 15 minutes before I picked one. I don't know, that's just the kind of taste I've developed, is I prefer the Japanese voice actors now.
I do too.
I watched the dub twice because that's just what I bought on the PlayStation Store, and I like it a lot. It's a good voice acting performance. It's Funimation did it, so you figure they'd use a lot of the same people. And I think especially the main two, Mitsuha and Taki, they're not people I've heard in 1,000 animes. The only one that broke through to me was the friend. I think it's Kiba's voice actor from Naruto, the English.
That Tessie dude?
Yeah. Tishigawara or something. So that stood out to me. And then Ray Chase, but he always stands out to me because Final Fantasy 15.
So yeah, Brendan was saying this movie's directed by Makoto Shinkai. I was reading he also released a light novel of this film 1 month prior.
There's a couple to fill in the gaps, because I guess people wanted to see more about what Taki did as Mitsuha, because most of the movie was what she did as him. Because we just kind of saw the highlights of him, like playing basketball, standing up to bullies and shit.
Yeah.
So I know some of them at least cover that ground. Because he thinks it's an incomplete movie. The guy who wrote it, yeah. Which would...
Okay, let's talk about this movie. So, before we even dive into this thing, damn, this was a great movie. And I would recommend it to anybody, whether you watch anime or do not watch anime.
Here's the only thing I was worried about, because you haven't watched that many just like slice of life or like anything that has to do with fighting.
You and Colton throw around slice of life. What is that? Is that
just
a genre?
Like, this isn't
genre.
Really,
of what? What does it mean?
just like daily stuff, like not fighting. Like,
yeah, it's
you
not
could live
action.
that
It's just like, you could live
it's
that
like a
life.
sitcom?
No,
No,
just
they
like
have sitcom romance.
just regular people doing regular stuff. And this is kind of like that, but then it's got a little sci-fi because they're switching bodies.
Yeah.
So it's a good twist, but I just didn't know if it would seem like melodramatic to you. Because like to me, like for an anime, like that shit's the best movie I've ever seen.
I liked it better than Spirited Away, personally.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's way better.
I gave Spirited Away a D. This gets 100% for
But
me.
I could see somebody just being like, nah, it's like high school-y, like high school
No.
love romance. I don't know. I could see someone thinking that, but
If you go
I'm
into
biased.
it to just enjoy a movie and like not look up spoilers, it's a good movie no matter how you spin it. I mean, it's rated a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
If you watch this movie and have anything negative to say, you're nitpicking.
it's just entertaining too. I was just like in a good mood while I watch it, and when I finish it,
Yeah, it's a freaking great movie.
which he's not known. He doesn't always give. If you've seen 5 centimeters per second, spoiling the end, they don't end up together. They just drift apart over time. And a couple times, I don't know.
They
if
see each other at the end, but they don't.
They don't. He doesn't even turn around the train.
What are they in space?
No, it's a
No.
different movie.
Oh,
But did you ever think that they weren't going to end up together? Because a couple times it ends,
Yeah.
and then the music comes in.
that's
you're
what
like,
I was thinking.
like,
Okay,
"Motherfucker,
that's a
they're
point
not
that I
gonna
have
make
to
it."
make. This movie, it was unique. It was different than anything I'd ever watched before for multiple reasons. One of the reasons being that it felt like it was ending 3 separate times because they cue in the music, and I had to pause it and literally look at, oh shit, I've got an hour and a half left. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I've got 45 minutes left. And it just goes to show the story was so good because you kept thinking it was over, and then you kept going deeper and deeper into the world. It sucked you in, man. Like, I love the time element that they threw in there, and
Yeah,
What was the time in between? I forgot.
3 years.
3 years in between her and him.
Mm-hmm.
it was a crazy story.
So do you think your wife would like it?
Oh yeah, she would definitely like
I
it.
thought she would. I mean, it's a pretty solid movie. If you like a Disney movie or anything, there's no reason you wouldn't.
Did you guys cry when you watched it?
I can get like to where I get. It's like I could cry if I tried to.
Yeah,
but
I could cry if I
didn't,
tried
you
to.
know?
I
like
probably
one of
would
those
have if I was
things.
watching it by myself, but I was watching it on the couch while my wife was watching The
I almost
Bachelor.
cried during Naruto the last, almost every time.
Dude, Darby.
But you're a
just
Naruto.
Yeah.
watching just regular Naruto, or not Naruto, but Shippuden. She's freaking bald like several times.
Well, when like Neji
Just
gets
like
his ass
whenever
killed.
he, especially when he meets his parents and stuff, because
Oh,
that's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sad.
Yeah,
You're
that's
like,
ju-
it's pretty emotional.
Well, the
for
music does
Naruto.
get you, yeah.
Yeah,
I did not cry in this movie, but I could see myself doing it. But I definitely got chills a
Yeah.
few times.
I guess though, if you're like very familiar with Japanese culture, it's abundantly clear that they're gonna end up together. Because I guess it's like a thing, like the red hair thing, the ribbon
Yeah.
represents like the red string of fate or the red thread of fate.
Oh,
which is
that's in
like-
Bleach too.
And Black Clover.
It's in
Oh yeah,
is it in
you're
Kill la
right.
Kill?
Yeah, the kitten.
Yeah, the cat. She's
Is it
the-
in Kill la Kill? Or is I just thinking that because they have clothes that are like threads? But it's in anime basically.
Yeah,
it's
I
like
remember talking about
you're
the
right.
it's like a
threads.
Japanese thing, so they were like tied together. So I guess if you may catch that.
That shit blew my mind when you realized that she went to see him 3 years before they ever even started talking in his timeline, and he
Yeah.
asked what her name was. That was super frustrating, but also like is what made the movie so good is how they kept forgetting each other's damn names.
Here's the thing. Okay, so there's 2 reasons. Why do you think they forgot each other's names? I have 2 theories. Or one, the first time I watched it,
Because
I was
they're not
like,
supposed to remember.
why though?
Well, the grandma was talking
Mhm.
about the threads. They come apart and they scatter and then they come back together. So
Well,
it's
she
like
also
they're a
said,
thread.
you remember when Taki was walking in, she says, beyond here lies the netherworld. To return, you must give up something important. And she says the sake,
Yeah, the
Um,
Kuchikamisaki.
the Kuchikami sake. And then when they met there the second time, what they had to give up was their memories because that was what was most important to them.
But they were giving up memories. They were forgetting each other
No,
other
he-
times too, aren't they?
No, because remember they talked at Twilight at Magic Hour. And then after that, he wrote, I love you on her hand.
Yeah, that part gave me chills too when she
Yeah.
fell. I
And
was like, oh, he wrote his
dropped
name,
the
and then
pen.
she read it, and it was,
But yeah,
I love you.
so that is why I thought they gave up their memories because that was what was most important to them, to have that moment.
Mm,
But then also, I guess, second time watching it, it could be when he gave her the thread back that same time, he broke their connection. Because he
Hmm.
got it from her on the train, and then also
Kept
in
it for
Magic
3
Hour,
years.
he said, I wanted to give it back to you. So I don't know which one for sure it was. One of those 2 reasons, I'm guessing.
Well, but the grandma also was saying that she and her daughter also had people that they switched lives with, but they can't remember either. So I think it's just part of the thing. Like, you're not supposed to remember.
Well, it's insinuated that the very first one did it to their bloodline to save them from the comet.
Yeah, you're right. They did insinuate that. And the town was built by the first comet. Like, that's why there's a giant crater in the middle of the town.
And I guess that town, Itamori in the show, I don't know what it is in real life, but it's based off a real town. There's like tons of locations. He does it in all his movies that you can actually go to.
That was another thing I noticed about this movie. The sights and the drawing of where Mitsuha lived.
Mitsuha.
Dang, that
and
place
even
was
Tokyo.
nice.
They're all real
trains,
places, too.
cars.
Yeah. That's freaking nuts.
What about plot holes?
There was one plot hole I thought of, and it would be that if she's on his phone leaving notes, she would notice that it's a newer generation or see a date at some point. Like, you're going to school, you got to write your name and date. That's the only plot hole.
The best excuse I've heard for that, and he said there's holes in it. I don't know if he's talking about that. The best excuse I've heard is that they both described it as like a dreamlike state. So
yeah, because they're forgetting every time they come back. They forget about it a little bit. They don't forget,
but like it's fuzzy to them, so maybe they just don't connect it.
That's
but
what I'm
still,
thinking.
I think it's a little bit of a plot hole, but it doesn't ruin the movie because you don't think about it till afterwards.
Yeah, if you can get past that, it's a damn good movie. The freaking music, I mean, the Radwimps, y'all. Freaking get on there and listen to Sparkle. That's like the anthem of hope.
No, Zen Zen Zen. Zen Zen
Is that one your favorite?
That's their most popular one. I like that one.
Shoot, I like that. The Sparkle song.
They're all good. Anytime. I like the music just without them singing too. Just the whole soundtrack is freaking
That
good.
soundtrack is
Been
lit.
listening to it at work for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, the Kuchi Kamasaki. I gotta try that. So you just get some rice, you chew it up, and then you spit it into a cup, and you cover it from air and let it ferment. And it turns into
the
sake.
oldest form of sake.
It's the oldest form of sake.
Just regular rice.
Regular white rice.
Yeah.
I give it a
nuts?
shot. Yeah.
You see that Shiba?
Yeah.
I have a Shiba.
Yep.
True weeb.
I got Japanese cats too. I got those flat-faced bastards.
I got American dogs.
Lame.
Yeah, lab.
Lame. Another thing I noticed about this movie was the animation. When the teacher is writing on the chalkboard and when Taki is writing with pencil and he's drawing, I've never seen any anime do a better job with making that look real.
Yeah, I don't know what, I think it's like hand drawn, but I think he does it all digitally too.
There were some parts that were CGI, like when
I don't think
the girls
he uses CGI.
when the girls were dancing, doing that ceremony.
No, I think that was just that good. Because
Well,
that's
dang,
why people talk
impressive.
about that scene like it. And it is beautifully animated. It's crazy. The whole movie, really. But he's also just known for his backgrounds, which I'm sure you know. It's just all his backdrops in any scene. Like,
Yeah.
that's the only reason when you told me you're watching the sub, I was like, shit, I hope he doesn't miss out on the animation. And you're watching on your phone, which doesn't help.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that shit on the big screen.
You can just
I'll watch it again with
mirror
my
it
wife.
on your phone too if you have an Apple TV.
I got
Yeah.
Amazon Fire Stick.
Yeah.
I want to hear what she thinks about it.
Okay, as it was nearing the end, and I said, I kept having to pause it because I'm like, is this shit almost over? Like, at one point she's dead, and you're like, is this over? And you check, and there's like 50 minutes left, and you're like, oh, thank God, something's got to
Yeah,
happen.
because you don't. Whenever he finds out the town got hit, at that point, it's kind of like, what?
What the heck's going on? Yeah,
Unless
What
you
did it
think
get hit
back
by
to the-
again? Was it a meteor?
the meteor.
That's what I thought.
It was
Comet,
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, a comet, and it broke, and a
Piece
piece
of it broke
fell
off,
off,
that's
and
right.
it hit the town and exploded.
It's been like 2 years since I've seen
It's
it.
a nucleus. Broke off.
Its nucleus. Yeah, part of its nucleus broke off and killed 500 people. But this is one of those movies where I was still undecided if I was going to be all in, depending on how it ended. Like, if this movie ended with them never meeting again, I was going to be so infuriated.
Oh, I was gonna be pissed. Like, it was gonna ruin it. It was so good up until that point. I was like, they can't. I
Yeah.
kind of decided with like 30 minutes left. I was like,
And you
"There's no
never
way
know with
it's too good of
animes.
a movie for them not
I did
to."
too. I was like, if this son of a bitch does not reunite these two by fate somehow, I'm going to be so pissed off.
Yeah.
But thank God they do. And the very freaking last word of the movie is your name, because they both say at the same
Yeah.
time, what's your name?
Well, they said it earlier too. Whenever he's like, I can't remember, and he's like, "What's
Yeah.
your name?" It's kind of like that. When
Every
he
time they
said the
say it,
title
you
of
get
the movie,
chills. Yeah. You get freaking chills every single time they say that. But that when you see them at the end when they see each other on the trains passing,
Yeah, and
and they're running toward each other, and then she's standing at the top of the stairs and he's at the bottom of the road.
Also, a real location.
They were just gonna walk past each other. Which I
because
guess,
they don't know each other, they just feel like they do. It'd be weird to think about in real life.
Yeah, that's weird that they knew that they were searching, but they didn't know if it was for a place, a thing, or a person.
They just felt empty.
They just felt empty. So that's why I was like, they better freaking find each other again and realize. Thank goodness Taki had the balls to ask her if they've met.
because half the time you'll find an anime where the main characters never see each other again.
Yeah,
I hate
this is
that
not a
in
movie
animes.
that this
I
would
was
have been
like, come
okay.
on.
Yeah, that's how 5 centimeters per second was. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it gives you like an empty feeling, which is, I don't know, at the time when I watched it was fine, you know, like I needed to feel empty.
Yeah, this is a feel-good movie. It's good.
Yeah, you'll feel good the whole time watching it, and you'll be invested.
Shit, I like legit would watch it again tonight.
I know, I was
It was
glad
that
you
good.
decided to watch it because I was like, shit, I can finally have a good reason to watch this again.
Well, now I'm all like, I've watched 2 anime movies in my lifetime, Spirited Away, and now Your Name. Now I'm all in. Like I mean, Spirited Away I'll never watch again, most likely, unless I was just wanting to look in for those cues of this. Like,
Yeah.
is this place really insinuating that it's a whorehouse?
Your perspective, I don't know. I think it'll change the more you think about Spirited Away and gets brought up. You're going to be like, dang, maybe I should watch that again. Because it really is just an interesting movie.
Yeah, but if you compare
No,
now
it
that
ain't
if you
as
compare
good.
it, yeah, it's just. But it was.
Your Name's objectively
thir-
good, like, to anyone.
Yeah,
I
Your
feel
Name is
like.
good no matter who you are.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, there's not many anime movies I watch more than once, except Naruto the Last, and I've watched A Silent Voice subbed and dubbed, and I've watched the Broly movie a couple times.
I haven't seen that still.
Watch it on Facebook.
Well, if you watch Weathering with You, Shinkai's newest movie on HBO Max, keep an eye out for Mitsuha and Taki. They do make brief appearances.
On what?
And Weathering with You, they make appearances in that movie.
Oh, thank God.
Well,
I would watch a sequel to.
it's a
To Your
theory, but
Name.
it's literally, it doesn't say their names, but it looks just like them. Same voice actors.
Dang. What else about this movie? I feel like I had so much I wanted to bring up, but it feels like it's such a long movie.
Here's my thing. Just
It was
early
only an
on.
hour and 40 minutes. Like, that's
Yeah.
not long, but it felt like a long movie.
The thing I always think of is whenever she switches bodies with him, when she wakes up as Taki the first time, it's like, I ain't fucking going to school. Like, I'm gonna go around Tokyo and just do whatever the hell I want, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny that she, like, goes to school, like, shows up late, and then, like, tries to work his job. I would just be like,
Yeah, I'll be like,
I know.
I'll be
I was
doing
thinking
my
that
own-
too. Like, you're going into a job as a waiter. You were getting fucked up
She
on
was
that
like, when's this
shift.
nightmare gonna be over?
Like,
Like,
yeah,
I
why would
just
you do that?
walk
I'll be like,
about
I'll be
that
doing my
bitch.
own thing.
You cannot go into a restaurant and not know the table numbers and not know the menu and do a good or a decent job serving. We've all been
Hell
waiters.
no,
It's
yeah.
impossible. You can't pick up being a waiter at a restaurant
Yeah.
you don't know the menu at.
And we waited at a place where you didn't even take orders because
Yeah,
it was
and
a
you still-
Brazilian steakhouse, and you still had to know
a
a thing or two.
ton of stuff. Yeah. So that was another plot hole.
And when he was her, he was checking himself out.
Oh yeah, he was
filling up the
rubbing on those
boobies every
titties.
morning-
Yeah.
every morning.
And then one time he was like, I shouldn't do it for her. And then the sister slides open the door and he's
He's
freaking,
doing it, yeah.
he's full on groping.
Even the time that he's crying, he's doing it.
Yeah.
See, that's a dude, because every dude would do it if that happened.
What do you think about that scene where the grandma says you're dreaming and then he wakes up and he's crying? Taki was in Mitsuha and they were at the temple
Crossing the netherworld.
crossing the netherworld,
Yeah.
about to go in, and she asks, "Oh, you're dreaming." And then he's crying, and then the girl is back, got Taki the date, and then she was in the mirror fixing her hair, and then she was crying.
Yeah. Well, she was crying because I think she was jealous because she wanted to be on that date with Taki. Is why I assume she cried.
I feel like there's a lot deeper too. I wish that there was like the writer would provide context to like what everything means.
Ruins the movie. You gotta then find.
Yeah,
that
but
shit
for people like
yourself.
us that have watched the movie and now want to know and then
Yeah.
go back and rewatch it,
Just get on YouTube.
you know how like Game
Yeah, there's
of
a bunch
Thrones
of theory
has
videos.
like the after the Thrones
Yeah.
show where
Hell
the
yeah.
producers like tell you why they got specific shots and people saying specific things. I would love to see that for this movie because it was such a good movie. What else? part of me thought that she was just gonna dip when the meteor was gonna hit her town.
That's what I was. I
Or
was. If I was
thought
thinking,
he was. I thought he was just gonna decide like I'm getting her
Yeah.
the hell out of here.
I was gonna say if I was talking, I'd be like, I don't really. If you can't get everybody, just leave.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Just tell your friends, kidnap your sister, and get the hell out of there. She freaking saves the whole
I
town.
mean, you have to at some point. It's like if they're not listening, you can't just die.
I thought that she was gonna die again at that point where she tripped and fell, and then she saw the "I love you" on her hand.
Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna really kill her after all this. And that scene where they run into each other at twilight on top of the mountain was pretty cool too.
That's
But
after they drank the sake, right?
he drank the sake,
did, yeah.
and she
Yeah.
called him a pervert for doing it and slapped him
Oh yeah.
because it's her spit, basically.
Yeah. It's fermented though.
Yeah, I loved the movie. It was a great recommendation for anybody listening to this podcast. If you have seen it, then you agree with everything we're saying. I'm guessing. If you have not seen it, sorry for so many spoilers, but you should still watch it.
Yeah, watch it and try not to like gush over it. You can't. It's like it's just on that level, I
Yeah.
guess.
Of course, we encourage paying for it, but if you want to watch it for free, there are places out there.
Thanks for covering our asses, Colton. We're gonna get freaking cracked down by the feds. I recommend the dub. The Japanese
The
version
sub,
was
you mean?
great. The dub, or sorry, the sub. Yeah, Japanese subtitled.
Yeah. Dub's
Uh,
good too. It's just whatever you want, whatever you prefer. You know, if you
Yeah.
can do both, do both.
I used to always want dub, but now you watch so much anime, you want the sub.
Now, if I try to watch something in English, I'll like turn off the subtitles, and I don't pick up as much because I'm not reading it.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like with the subtitles, you're able to see and truly understand context because you're reading context.
Well, last night I watched it dub because that's all I have, but I watched it with the subtitles as well. Kind of like we did with Game of Thrones. We'd always
Yeah.
watch it sub just so
Yeah.
you make sure you get every little.
Because I'm
Tidbit
watching
of
Bleach.
information.
I'm watching Bleach in English because you told me to,
Yeah.
and I still keep the subtitles on because like I don't want to miss anything.
Did you know they released a new key visual for Bleach?
Is that the
Thousand Year
witch
Blood
thing?
War.
What's that witch thing you sent me?
That
Where
one's
it's like
been
the,
out.
That one's
Year
been
Blood
out.
War.
Burn the Witch. That's actually like the English version of the Soul Society.
So they're
so-
from England.
Yeah,
We got a lot of.
it's pretty good.
European
It's a
listeners
3-part on
listening to our
Crunchyroll.
show.
You guys should watch that too.
Hmm.
There's a bunch of anime you gotta watch, but that's what we're here to talk about.
It is. Anything else on your name?
You guys fuck with Makoto Shinkai, let us know at that anime podcast on Instagram, at that anime pod at gmail.com. Jordan, we got a Twitter. What is it?
Twitter is, we just made the handle that anime pod _ between every word.
So that _anime _podcast.
Just pod.
Pod on Twitagra.
Just pod.
The
And
plan is
we'll
we're
do some
gonna
more
try to get a
Shinkai
YouTube
movies.
channel up too. Is that on the plan?
YouTube channel's up. Right now, we are working on finishing our studio.
And then you can see our ugly mugs.
And then you can, see how good looking we are. And
I think
but
they might
right
be
now, the
surprised.
YouTube is
I
up.
wonder if they think we're nerds or
Oh, they're gonna think we're hot as hell.
yeah.
We're just some fuck boys.
You guys ready to move on?
Let's do it.
All right, part 1, OVA. Part 2, anime power systems. Dang, there's a lot. Let's see how many. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 anime power systems.
Let's start it off simple. Which one, if we could pick a power, which one would you guys want out of any of them?
Of course, I'm going Chakra.
That'd be no.
Why would you go Chakra?
I want to be a ninja.
Okay. Jordan?
I gotta go with quirks.
But you don't get to pick yours. Would you?
That's why.
If you could,
It's a
if it was
lottery.
at random, would you still want to have quirks?
Yeah.
Like you could get Deku's mom quirk where you can just float stuff around you really close.
I would want-
Wouldn't you be pissed?
I still would want quirks because that would be the world I would want to live in. Where
That's
everybody
true.
has
you
different
could be
powers.
a hero, but you don't have to be a
You
hero.
don't have to be.
Chakra, it depends on what kind of nature you are. I mean, I may not be able to do flame. I might be able to do water. It just depends
Yeah.
on what you get.
Yeah.
Chakra nature you are.
I mean, Chakra's up there for me, but I'd probably just go with ki or power levels, Saiyan cells, whatever you want to call them, just because it's the most straightforward. You know, you can shoot the energy beams, you can fly. It's pretty easy to raise your level too. You just fucking train hard as shit.
You just meditate, yeah.
That's why I wouldn't want to do that. I'd be like,
and you
yeah,
get
you just
stronger.
fucking grind, but
It's directly
I'd
correlated
rather
to how hard
put
you
some
work.
work into it.
You just get your ass in the hyperbolic and you just grind.
What's the Jedi power called that they have?
Force?
No, but what's the what are the cells that they have that make the Force strong in
Oh
them?
shit! I know this.
They talk about
Midichlorians.
midichlorians.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
midichlorian
They
cells.
just threw that shit in. Anakin, he's
No,
got more than Master
Dragon Ball Z,
Yoda.
they call them S cells for Saiyan cells, basically.
Yeah, Anakin was born from the midichlorians. The midichlorians.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
what
why he's so
Qui-Gon
strong.
said.
Qui-Gon Jinn.
All right, so do we want to start with chakra?
Chakra, you mean?
Is that what it is in?
It's in Naruto Part 1 whenever he's teaching Konohamaru. He's like, you're Chakra, and he's like, I think you mean Chakra, boss. You remember that? It's like episode 2, where it's like, my name is Konohamaru is the name of the episode.
But is it Chakra or chakra?
It's Chakra.
Oh,
It's
Chakra.
just showing that Naruto's a dumbass.
Oh, yeah.
he's a full-fledged Genin. He's like, you're Chakra, and he's like, I think it's Chakra, boss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chakra.
Oh, Konohamaru. They're doing him dirty in Boruto, though.
I thought he was strong.
They're not making him look like it.
Well, I mean, he just basically is a repeat of all Naruto's moves.
I mean, at least they give
I know,
Kakashi
would've-
some wins. I have
he
not
got the-
seen
he's got-
Konohamaru have a win yet.
He's got the
He's
frog
had a few, but
summons,
not
too.
anything good.
He worked the Akatsuki members' pain. He freaking
Yeah, he
giant
beat one of
Rasengan
them.
the
Yeah,
shit out
he
of
beat
one of them.
Yeah. That was back in regular Naruto, though.
Yeah, that's
Boruto,
true.
he hasn't gotten much done.
He's had some good fights, but yeah, he just ain't had that. I don't know. It's just too much. None of the adults are really good. Even Naruto and Sasuke are nerfed.
Oh, definitely nerfed now.
All right, let's talk about chakra. So, what is chakra, Brennan?
It's just a combination of spiritual and mental and physical energy that ninjas use. And it's like a real thing in like Japanese, like ninja, they like would use hand signs.
Yogis talk about chakra too.
Yeah, they would use hand signs to like focus their chakra and shit. And like people used to start legends that they could duplicate themselves and stuff. So like a lot, or blow fire. So like some of the stuff in there is like based off the myth of ninjas. But yeah, like Colton said, you get nature energy. Most Jonin can do one or more.
Oh yeah.
So it is
yeah.
pretty interesting.
Is chakra only in Naruto? Is that the only show it's power system that it's in?
I think it talks about it in like The Last Airbender. He's got to align his chakras.
Yeah, they
and he
talk
does.
about it in other shows, but
It's
if
not
you-
like I can't think of another one where it's like this is where your strength comes from. It's called
Right.
chakra.
yeah, you could say it's based on Naruto.
And chakra can chakra be increased through training?
I don't know because sometimes people just have more chakra. They're like,
Yeah.
he's just got more chakra. Like
Based on your
Kisame.
clan, like the Uzumaki clan, they're known to have a significant amount of chakra.
And then you always know Kisame Hoshigaki was like the human tailed beast or whatever because he had so much chakra, but he wasn't a tailed beast.
Yeah.
Kisame was the
The
fish
shark
guy.
Yeah,
He just had that sword that ate
no,
chakra.
but he had shit tons of chakra himself.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's why they called him.
That's
a
why,
tailed
because
beast.
the shark, his sword shark,
Ate
kept
fed
feeding
off
off
his
him.
chakra.
Yeah,
Normal
fed off his
people-
chakra.
Normal people like Kakashi couldn't use that sword. He doesn't have enough chakra to feed it. It would just eat him.
Yeah, it's the same with Killer Bee because the sword's his now.
Yeah, and he's a 8-tail, so he's
Valdoro,
also...
Valdoro.
Kinimaru,
Bakayaro.
Kinimaru.
Bakayaro. Yeah, that's what he's
Bakayaro.
Dude looks like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, The Rock would have to be the Raikage if they ever made a movie.
Yeah.
He'd
Oh,
have
yeah.
to be.
All right. Anything else about chakra? This is a pretty simple one.
Yeah.
Chakra,
I don't know much about it.
I'd probably be fire style. Maybe lightning
Yeah, I was thinking lightning or wind.
Is the
would be my nature.
Sharingan, is that a chakra related or is that just a trait?
It's a
That's a
bloodline
Uchiha?
trait. It's a
Bloodline.
Kekkei Genkai.
Yeah. Only
Well,
Uchiha have
But
it.
The
Uchiha
Kekkei-
mostly are fire.
Well, Kekkei Genkai just means it's a multiple
It's a
chakra
bloodline trait,
forces.
but
It's a
yeah, it
bloodline
usually
trait,
is.
yeah. Only those in that clan have it, usually.
I just want a Kekkei Genkai then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's pretty much
That's
unstoppable.
also the perk, yeah, of that world.
I'd probably just want the Byakugan. I want to deal with the stresses of the Sharingan.
I
Making me
would.
go blind and shit.
I'd steal my best friends
You just give him his eye, take his eye.
if he gave them to me.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have the Eternal Mongekyo Sharingan and you can't overuse
Yeah.
it.
You just gotta wait till someone's about to die, but then they also have to unlock the Mongekyo Sharingan, which they're talking like nobody's unlocked it for a long
Yeah.
time,
If
basically.
you use it enough, then you can get the Rinnegan.
Hmm.
Makes for interesting fights and different techniques. Which raises the question, why did Naruto only have 3 techniques for most of Naruto? He had Shadow Clones. He had Rasengan. He had Rasen Shuriken.
Didn't he have that friend that Taki?
He had a sexy jutsu.
He had sexy jutsu too, and then talk no jutsu.
Yeah, talk no
his
jutsu.
Specialty.
Yeah.
But
He
then,
just
like,
taught
as soon
people
as he
how to
got the
fight.
stage of 6 powers, it's like he still used the Rasen Shuriken, but he would start using like lava style and shit.
Yeah, my favorite jutsu is Kakashi's 1,000 Years of Death.
Yeah, the finger in the bum.
See, refilled secret finger jutsu.
Kakashi, when you first are introduced to him and they like make him seem like this really mean instructor that nobody passes.
Yeah.
It's weird to think back to that episode and then where he is now. Like it was all a front.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts is whenever he's like tells him they pass, and like Naruto starts crying. He's like, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And like the music
Because they
starts
fed
on
him. They
Yeah.
fed him even though he told him not to feed him. What was the lesson in that? Kakashi was trying to teach him to do
those
things.
who abandon their friends are scum, but those who disobey the rules in the ninja world are scum, but those who leave them behind are worse than scum.
Yeah, that's what it
And that's
is.
what
And that's what
Obito
Obito
said
told
to
him.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's a good show.
A lot of life lessons learned.
All right, I would say this next one is probably the most. I don't know. It's not the most similar. It's definitely this is the most complex one without a freaking doubt. Nen from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, so here's the different users. There's conjuration, manipulation, emission, transmutation, enhancement, and specialization. I know Gon's enhancement.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Most
And-
people are enhancement.
Killua, is he transmutation?
I think he does because he turns into lightning.
And then conjuration, is that what the blonde-haired one's Kurapika?
Kurapika was special.
Yeah, conjuration because he can control the chains.
He was a special.
See, that's what's crazy about Nen too. It's like it's all about matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can have like a strong as shit one, but then like Kurapika like made his fucking specifically to take down.
Well, it's because he made a contract with his heart, basically.
Yeah,
And
I
the
know.
stronger your contract and the more difficult, the more powerful you're
Yeah, but he limited himself as a hunter, but he like made himself invincible
against the
uh,
spiders.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's like it's fucking weird,
Yeah.
which is cool.
That's a
It's
good show.
complex. And
What
also,
about
like,
the Ren? There was Nen, Ren.
Wasn't Ren what they were using before? And then that dude who met him in the Heaven of Tower, like he also did
Yeah,
like
Wing.
the chakra test, and they found out what they were.
But Ren, there were levels of Nen. Like Ren was like emitting intent.
And that's what they were using before. It's like the simpler version, right?
Yeah, it's like there's different levels of it.
And then that little kid he was training could like,
He
He wasn't
did it to
strong,
Killua,
yeah, but he
and
could
it made
do,
Killua scared because Killua had only ever seen his older brother do it to him.
yeah,
You saying Killua for Killa?
Killua.
Killua is what I call him.
I always
Killua.
call him Killa.
It's Killua.
Killua.
They always call him
yeah.
Killa in the
Killua.
anime.
Do you watch the?
So,
I call it Killua.
no.
That's how they say
Everybody's
it in
been
the show I
changing
watched.
Deku, Deku, Killa, Killua.
It says Kurapika is a conjurer.
Oh, okay.
I could see that too then.
What was my boy Leorio?
I don't know.
He was an enhancer, wasn't
He
he?
didn't get his till towards the end when they were
He
like
just
in
went to
that
med
court
school.
case. Yeah,
He punched the shit out of Goon's dad though.
he was in a mission.
Goon or
mission.
Gone?
Gone.
The strength of emitter relies entirely
You
on the
said-
strength of their aura.
Do you say gone?
It's Gon.
It's freaking Gone.
I say Gone King.
Gon and Gin.
You gotta stop reading manga, kid. You're getting all these names wrong.
Yeah, Killua Transmutation. I'd probably want to be Transmutation. Killua's is pretty sick when he does the Godspeed. He like charges himself up and then he's like,
Yeah, because he was using it to beat up that.
yeah, one of those top 3
Man,
guardians.
that ant king arc was
The Chimera
cool.
Ant Saga.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Sad that he had to die because he was starting to turn good. That old man fight in between the ant and the
Yeah.
old guy, that was a good fight.
That's who he looks like, the one from Jujutsu Kaisen, the principal.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
what he looks like.
Yeah.
There's always a strong as hell
So
old
do
man.
you get Gon's power?
Gon?
Jajonkin?
Rock, paper, scissors.
It's-
Sai Shorako.
Yeah, they just basically
John-
he's basically either gonna be he's basically either gonna be hit punching them or throwing a punch.
He'll
they
use
can't
rock,
guess.
paper, or scissors.
Yeah.
I never understood it when they were
So it's like
explaining
very.
his power.
I guess it like reflects him because he's very simple-minded.
Yeah,
So it's like they have to, but I guess it puts them on.
because when they were trying to
guessing
teach him like a
game.
move, I didn't quite fully explain how he understood how to do it.
I don't still understand the advantage his power gives him, other than whenever he fought Knuckle, and Knuckle thought he was gonna do something, but instead
He
he
did it a couple times. Like the first time, he always did just like the punch one, and then like against that rabbit, I think he finally used scissors, and that rabbit was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like shot at him and cut him.
Man, you guys remember Knuckles' powers? APR?
Is that the little clock thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Knuckle. Knuckle had the best power whenever he was carrying the chameleon guy, making him invisible when he can hold his breath. And then he just went up and punched that guy.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched this. I don't remember
me
all
too.
of
Oh,
them.
man.
And then Kite, he had like different weapons that he could
Kaito.
use for a different amount of times, right? Was that what his was?
No, he had like a clown, and it was like 1 through 10, and based on what dice he rolled, he would get that weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what he'd have to use.
Yeah, so it's like a risk-reward kind of
I don't like how
system.
they made Kite into a woman at the end.
Yeah, just let the man be dead,
yeah, I
you
know.
know?
Just leave him dead or give him back his original
forgot
body.
about
So is that one of Gon's powers of enhancement, that he enhanced himself 20 years into the future to be as strong as the Chimera Ant King? Is that what he did?
Basically.
Well, he didn't beat the Chimera Ant King
But he made himself as strong as him.
to kill that girl that
Yeah,
killed
but,
Kite.
like,
well,
he uses-
she
he-
said that right now he could
He could match him at least.
match. The
But
Ant
he used
King
his enhancement to age himself to a point where
to when
so
he would finally
basically,
be
if
strong
he
enough.
trained like normal, that's where he would have ended up
Yeah.
anyways. But he used his Nen to force himself to that.
Yeah, Nen is one of those powers where it can be literally anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
Killua's sister has that rule where she can grant any wish after she gets 3 requests,
Yeah.
and if you don't give her one, then she'll kill the next person on the 3rd request.
That's why
or
I wouldn't
something.
pick Nen. It's too complex.
Yeah, I wouldn't
And then
pick Nen.
you get a badass power, and then someone's just gonna make one to stop you.
Yeah.
But it makes for an interesting show too, and it's good to change it up.
Yeah. Okay. Next, do you want to talk about the key?
Yeah. Key
Little
or
Dragon Ball?
SLs.
Saiyan cells, key.
God Key.
So basically, key for Saiyans is
It used to be power levels.
it's
over
completely
9,000.
related to so those scouters that they had, those were measuring a person's key
It's over
Yeah. But then those things became obsolete pretty quick.
when they learned how to hide it.
Yeah.
Well, and they just freaking break them all because it's too high.
Their power level's over 5,000.
It's 9,000.
It's 9,000.
9,000.
Crushes the scouter. There's a meme for that forever.
Yeah, t-shirts, whatever.
I used to sell that at Walmart. I almost bought it.
So the humans don't have ki.
Yeah, they do. Krillin's a human.
They got
Yamcha's a
ki.
human.
So it's just that the
Tien.
Saiyans have an abundance of ki.
Yeah, they're just everybody has ki. I'm pretty sure it's just like how you train it.
That's true because
'Cause remember, they-
Gohan teaches his wife how to fly.
yeah.
Right.
Hercule has ki even. He just don't know how to use it.
Shoot, Hercule
Yeah.
saved the world dozens of times.
he's the one who like talked to everybody whenever they were trying to get the spirit bomb from Majin Buu. He made him think it was him.
He's
who
best
saved the
friends with
world.
Majin Buu.
Yeah. Lives with him.
Yeah, Key's pretty simple. That's one of the easiest ones to understand.
Yeah, it's the
just
first one we got introduced
power.
to. Like, I think it's the first show where we saw people shooting energy out of their hands and shit, or like an aura going around them, and then
And just muscles, like muscled up dudes. Like you didn't get a lot of cartoons like that. Like we had Johnny Bravo, but he had no legs to him.
yeah, he had short little stubby legs.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're built different in DBZ
Yeah.
because they weren't like that in Dragon Ball. Like Goku was like a little chunky, and then
Yeah, they're round,
yeah,
more
they were
round.
freaking
and-
chiseled
Yeah,
in
yeah,
DBZ.
that's crazy how they adapt.
But yeah, Ki probably definitely the most simple, straightforward. Makes for good fights, I guess.
Yeah. Everybody's basically doing the same thing until
Yeah.
they introduced the guy that can freeze time.
Oh yeah, Hito.
Hito. Yeah. He was basically the first time we saw somebody with like an actual power.
Yeah, and then Goku would just predict it.
Yeah.
His solutions are always very simple, like that. Like, oh, I'll just be
He's just
faster.
like, I'll just get
I'll just get a
stronger."
little bit
Yeah.
faster.
That's
I
how
know.
Goku is. And then like Vegeta, who's the thinker.
Yeah, he overthinks
That's why
things.
Goku unlocked Ultra Instinct.
But
You gotta
Vegeta
think.
also his pride gets in his way a lot of the
Yeah.
time. His
Yeah.
Saiyan pride.
What's your guys' favorite fight in Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball Z Super. One fight.
Mm.
It's probably going to be Gohan versus Cell.
And Dragon Ball Super?
Any of them. Any of. You
Oh.
can pick anything.
Oh,
From
I
any
like
show.
I like the arc with the Genju Force.
Ginyu Force.
Ginyu Force.
yeah.
Which fight? When he
The
fights
fight where-
Ginyu.
No, I think I like
Get
the fight where
Ginyu!
the
Yeah, Jace had the Australian accent.
I think the guy that
Get him!
The little frog dude that can hold his
freezes
breath.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like running back and forth, but
Do you like the
Vegeta's too
gag
strong.
fights?
And I liked Nail whenever Nail was
Yeah.
absorbed.
What
And
did you
Piccolo's
think
like,
about like
"I've
the?
got the power.
Yeah, for instance, Piccolo was once the strongest character
Yeah,
in DBZ.
he has a couple times.
Yeah.
What did you think about the? You remember Ree Brienne from the Tournament of Power?
Oh yeah,
I hate her.
Ree
Freaking
Brienne.
annoying. The power
she's the
of
fat
love.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are kind of gag fights. My favorite one's newer. It's Goku Ultra Instinct versus Jiren Part 1, where he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
have the completed form.
Yeah.
Because
That's
he
a
gets
good
his own fucking theme song when he goes Ultra Instinct.
You know, I have that theme song on my island on Animal Crossing. You can
Not
make
the-
your own theme
not
song.
The duh, duh,
Yeah,
not,
that one.
Not that one. I'm talking about it has actual words.
That's a TikTok too.
Not that one. This one has actual words.
Oh, I
It's
don't
like
remember.
his theme
Is it
song from
the
when he
same
goes.
song from Hum to say no 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 no?
No,
Oh.
not that.
I don't know how to say it.
Not that one.
You know,
That was
the
a
theme
poor
song.
depiction of Japanese. That's not what we
That's
think
the
of your
opening.
language.
I'm just humming it.
I'm pretty sure they even say like Goku in the song. It's hype. If anybody knows what it is.
Favorite movie fight would probably be my Broly versus Gogeta. You guys need to watch that.
I'm not a huge fan of Broly.
You will be after you see the movie.
I'll get back into Dragon Ball
So-
Z whenever Super comes back.
We've talked about 3 out of Chakra, Nen, and Ki. Which one is the strongest? Probably Ki or Nen.
I'd probably go with Key.
You have to say Ki because
But couldn't a Nen user make something to beat technically?
true.
I just don't think that.
Nen is like a game of chess,
Yeah,
whereas Ki
yeah.
is like a game of brute force.
If we're bringing in someone with strong Key, like if you bring in Goku at a certain time, it just depends on what time you bring him into the fight, whoever he's fighting with
Yeah.
again.
I mean, Goku's probably going to beat anybody. He can overcome anything. I don't know if there's there's a character that
Like
can
if you
stand
bring
up.
in him in his current state to where Hunter x Hunter was at their final, Goku would wipe the floor with everybody
Yeah.
in that show.
And I think it's good. Like, I don't think someone should strive to make a character more powerful than Goku. Like, I don't think.
Here's
that
what
makes
I
for a
think,
good
though.
show.
If you've got a 3-on-3 team, if you take Goku, Vegeta, and who's their next strongest? Probably Frieza.
Yeah.
Versus 3 of the strongest Nen users, I
What
would.
about Jiren? Who can we take? Just from
Jiren's
Team
almost
7?
got psychic powers. He was hitting Goku without even touching him.
No, I'm saying like Nen users versus Ki. I think you're right. I think Nen, because working as a team, Nen
Yeah.
works better.
Well, it's just hard to know.
What if they brought Hit and he uses time skip and they can't even use it?
Yeah. Ki, let's just go with Ki. It had
Yeah.
to be because the Nen users also have to
One-on-one.
know what they're
Or
going
if they even
up
brought the
against and
Ginyu Force
prepare.
guy, he'd hold his breath and freeze time. And,
Or Ginyu just switch bodies with him.
yeah. I mean,
Captain
there's a
Ginyu.
variety of things that could happen, but you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that new. Let's talk about the newest ones, which for us would be breathing, Tanjiro, water breathing, and cursed energy, and then let's do magic too, because that's Black Clover.
You can also do alchemy.
Maybe
Yeah, that's on here.
So-
All right, yeah, let's talk breathing.
breathing's got to be. I mean, out of the 3 new ones, I like it the best.
Because it's like
It's different.
It only enhances you for a certain amount of time. And it's only what your body
it's
can
more
take.
it's the most realistic.
You're gonna feel the repercussions when you're done too.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Tanjiro's friend's name who does the thunder
Zenitsu.
breathing?
Zenitsu.
That's my favorite one. What is he? Level 1
The
thunder
thunderclap.
thunderclap
Yeah,
technique.
he only does one breathing technique.
But he's
'cause
freaking mastered it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's freaking bad.
because his grandpa.
What does
And-
Tanjiro know? Like 9 forms or 12
I
forms
think it's 9.
Yeah,
of the water breathing, and then
Yeah.
he's gonna learn fires.
the
That's
fire
why-
dancing. Wasn't it
His
called fire
dad
dancing that he?
knew it.
That's what his earrings are.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
like
his
passed
dad does
down.
something I can't remember what it's called. It's a thing,
Yeah.
but
It was a fire dance.
yeah.
Because he taught him, and that's how he remembered it. Because it was a movement.
Because that's
Yeah.
what the Mugen train's about. Because he's talking to that.
He's gonna learn how to use it
Rengoku.
better.
Yeah.
Because he subconsciously knew that from watching his dad. But yeah, that was like set the internet on fire, that fight where he used it, and then it had the theme song or the music Tanjiro no Kamato.
Yeah, the breathing's pretty simple. All they're doing is, and then you see the steam come out of the sides of their mouth, kind of like.
Well,
the
they're
Titans.
basically, I mean, I think it is. It's like they're bringing more, just like if you can get more oxygen and blood to your muscles, they'll perform better. So I think it's supposed to be like they're getting that much. It's enhancing
Yeah.
their abilities. And then shit, I guess they're blown in fucking jars till they. Till
Yeah,
they
like when he
pop
was
you.
training with that chick about how to control his breathing for longer periods of time.
And like try to do it
Oh,
constantly,
yeah.
basically while they're
Yeah.
sleeping.
Exactly. And
It's pretty applicable to real life. Like if you can control your breathing, that's like the whole purpose of altitude training. Like
ask
athletes,
any runner.
Yeah.
Like if you can do or weightlifting, it's important when you're doing your lifts.
Yep.
Definitely.
Got to be able to breathe.
Or if you're gonna drown or just like any tight situation, you got to control your breath to live longer.
All right, let's talk about cursed energy.
Nothing special about it so far. The only one who's unique is probably Fukishiro.
Yeah, but like let's talk about
there's
how
unique people.
how it's created. It's created out of the hatred in the world, right? Like all bad things.
Yeah.
Like jealousy, hatred, murder creates energy and bad juju into the world essentially, and it gives life to these bad things or curses, right?
Yeah.
So I think that the premise is cool
like
because we
negative
haven't seen cursed
emotions.
energy in anything else.
It's different.
I guess the application's pretty normal.
Yeah. I mean,
especially Itadori, it's like, okay, he's another fist fighter. Like he's
the
not
main character is always a fist fighter.
He's not super unique in his powers, I guess.
That's
I
why
mean,
they had
not-
to bring Sukuno.
yeah,
He had to eat
not
that
yet
finger.
anyway.
Yeah.
He's still learning about
Yeah, I
his
mean, it's
powers.
fine. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just like they didn't break the mold on anything, I don't think.
I don't know. There's people with some cool powers.
There are.
I mean, the
Megami-
Shinigamis are cool.
Yeah.
The blood
That's what I mean.
curse.
Fukishiro's got the most unique one, and that's just like summons.
It's different.
I mean,
Just
the
way-
panda is literally a puppet.
Yeah,
he's
it's
not
true.
even-
He's
real.
powered by cursed energy.
He's got a gorilla in him
Yeah.
too.
He's got a gorilla, and what was his other
I
form?
can't remember.
Gorilla. They haven't showed the other one, his sisters.
No, they
No,
did.
he said it. All three.
No, he transformed to all three of them, and the gorilla was the last one.
Well, that's the one.
He's
he
a
had
panda
left 'cause he
and then
lost.
the gorilla, and he has another one, but he can't. When he got in that fight, they said he shot that.
Yeah,
core.
he knocked that one out.
Oh,
but he
so
told
they
us
did-
what it was. I think.
Yeah, they showed us. Yeah.
They haven't said what it is.
Oh, maybe not.
No, they definitely did. I can't. I
They
just
told
can't
us he
remember.
has one, but they didn't tell us what it was.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, either way, I think the cursed energy is pretty legit,
Magic.
especially with the domain. Magic is with Black. Are we going to Black Clover now?
Yeah, or I mean, I guess it could be fairy tale too. It's, they use magic.
It's the least.
It's
Doesn't get you too excited.
It's magic.
Yeah.
If I had a devil, would be better. Devil magic.
What do you mean,
Yeah.
devil magic?
Did you guys watch the current episode?
I'm
Yeah, I
not.
did.
I've only
You
seen
know who they
53
finally
eps still.
showed? When you saw the.
Oh, don't tell me.
Yeah, I can
Don't
tell you. I
freaking
won't
tell
tell
me.
you who it is, but it's
Don't.
Black Bull's vice captain. Because you never think about it until now. Like, they never showed their
yeah.
vice captain.
Yami never mentions. I was wondering. I paused it and I was like, the dude's got gray hair, but that's about all. I thought at first that it was gonna be
Do you even
Rao's
know?
brother.
Do you know what fairy tale is, Jordan? Have you ever heard of it?
I tried to watch the first episode on Netflix.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
They got it. Like, it's like a cat. It starts off with him
Yeah,
saving a
the
cat.
blue
or something.
cat. No,
Yeah.
that's his like partner, or whatever.
All the Dragon Slayers have like a
Yeah,
cat.
the Dragon Slayer magic's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But he also is like he just overcomes shit for his friends and stuff.
Hmm.
But I mean, I've watched pretty far into it. It's good, but
I watched the
I
last
probably won't
season.
pick it up again.
All right, we're getting pretty heavy here on time.
Let's do one
Let's
real
burn.
quick
Let's burn through a couple of these.
that y'all don't know about. Devil fruits. That's
I know
from
about
One
that one.
Piece.
I've
Yeah,
watched.
One
I've watched the
Piece.
first 15 episodes of One Piece.
Don't sleep on the freaking gum fruit. Like I thought that was stupid. I was like, Mr. Fantastic ass. Like he does so much shit with that. Like
I mean,
he
he
really is like the best.
What's his
one of the
current
best
level
devil
form? The
fruit.
last one I saw was he could go Gear 4.
Gear 4 where he's like, but he can do the hardening thing now too, where
All
he's like
over?
a gorilla.
I've seen
So I,
pictures of
I
that.
thought he just moves the hardening over different parts of his body.
You can kind of do it all over, but I mean,
So he hasn't gone past Gear 4 yet.
yeah. But it's pretty cool, just all of it, because he kind of does like breathing techniques. In his
And the only
gear.
downside to eating the devil fruit is that you can't swim.
Yeah, the sea will hate you and you can't swim. But they're pirates, so they're on water. So like,
Yeah.
there's been a couple situations they've been in water, and Zoro will like save them all, or Sanji. And Zoro's a badass. He's the swordsman. He doesn't have a devil fruit power.
So everybody else gets one.
I mean, on their team,
Does Sanji? Or,
Sanji doesn't have a devil
I
fruit
was about to say,
power
he just
either.
has the fire foot.
Does the girl Nami?
No, only people that have it on the team is Brook. He's the skeleton, but he can run on water because he's so light and fast. And then the freaking deer, he's their doctor. He's ate a deer fruit. He's like a deer and he's like human now.
Huh.
And he can like change sizes. And then the gum fruit. And then Nico Robin has one. It's like arms. She like grows arms everywhere, out of the walls, out of herself, and she like snaps people's necks.
What about the clown that they fought?
Freaking
what
that
was it?
dude's
What was it?
he's a gag
Oh,
character.
but what was the fruit that he ate?
The cut or something. He can like take off his hand and shit.
No, but the fruit he ate was
chop
called
chop.
something.
The chop chop.
No,
fruit.
no.
It's the chop chop.
What was the
Promise.
clown's name though?
I don't know. I want to say like Bobo, but I think
Yeah,
that's-
something like that.
yeah.
Dang it,
Got me.
I can't remember.
But they get pretty cool too. They can like use, I don't know what I can't think of the name, but they can like force their presence, and like if you're weaker, you'll like just fall right then. You got to get far in One Piece like for it to start getting good.
What about spiritual energy, Bleach? That's another one of
That
those
shit
energies
just like
where
pushes to the ground, like oh shit.
no,
You
but
feel
like
the spiritual
it's
pressure.
one of those ones where you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
Like you either can control it or you can't.
But you know, like how it is early on, it's just like slams people to the ground, and they're like, oh. Shit.
But I wonder
Yeah.
if it was given to you like Ichigo
Ichigo wasn't given his spiritual energy.
by Rukia.
He
He already
took
had it.
Rukia's spiritual energy, but
I guess
then when
already had
he
it.
lost it,
I guess because his dad.
could
and
see
his-
her.
he
He already
unleashed
had
his
it.
own.
That's right. It's been
Because
a
he's
while.
part Soul Reaper. I don't want to spoil what else other parts he is, but
We've all watched it, haven't we?
No, I'm
Sure.
still
Oh,
watching.
okay.
Don't you spoil shit. All right, what else? Quirks. We don't really need to talk about that.
Yeah, we did.
Superpowers.
Superpower.
let's talk about the best one, the one that we can do ourselves.
What's that?
The old Saitama.
Oh yeah, the 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, 5-kilometer run every day.
What is 5 kilometers?
3
3
miles?
3 miles. That's right.
There is a YouTuber
Who
who
did
did
it.
it for
There's a shit ton of YouTubers.
he
who
tried
did it.
he did it for I think 2 months or maybe even like 3 weeks before he had to cut the running 3 miles every day to only 3 days a week because he was getting nosebleeds because he was
That
running
shit'll fuck
so
you
much.
up. That's a lot of.
But
I
he
mean,
did get ripped. He got pretty freaking ripped.
Yeah.
That is a lot of running.
Yeah, 3 miles a day. But I mean, he got ripped.
Yeah.
I
We
mean,
missed
he didn't-
Alchemy, but yeah.
Yeah, the one punch. That's and that's the same. They just have magic powers. Like they're superheroes. It's like quirks that
yeah.
world.
For One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's like.
And
quirks.
Alchemy's cool. Equivalent exchange.
Yeah. You can only get what you take.
But then doesn't Ed, whenever they see the truth, they
What?
exchange something else, so they don't need.
Yeah, like
Well, I guess he always uses stuff, but he doesn't have to draw the transmutation
Ed, he
circle.
sacrificed
his
his
teacher.
arm and leg.
That's
and
how you
then-
can do it without the transmutation, but
Yeah.
he still needs like rock to
And-
make something out of rock.
Right. He still has to do equivalent
Yeah.
exchange. He didn't have to draw the.
Which that's an interesting
Diagram.
premise too. Like that was one of the first anime I watched, and I was like, thought
That's some
equivalent
devil-
exchange was
Some
like
devil stuff.
the tightest
Yeah.
thing.
Because
Yeah.
his brother, Alphonse,
Yeah.
lost his whole body, but he can do alchemy too without.
Well, because he only lost his arm originally, right? And then he like it's like give him back, and that's how he ended up giving up his leg just to get Alphonse
Yeah.
in the suit of armor.
Yeah, because he
That's an intense first episode.
gave his leg up to get Alphonse's soul back.
That's a pretty fair trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd
I
think
would
that-
think
you'd
he'd
think
want
he'd
more
want
than
more
for
than a
that
leg.
soul.
The episode's intense, like 2 kids losing arms, and then he puts it back, and then there's like the grotesque monster in the middle of the room
Yeah.
after they freaking tried to bring somebody back,
back-
to life.
yeah.
In the
I
transmutation
remember you,
circle.
Colton, watching that show when we were little kids, and I remember being like, I ain't watching this devil shit.
It's a good one though.
I remember always asking like,
You were too young, though.
I remember asking him like, why?
Because it was the original. It was before
I was
Brotherhood.
way too young, too.
I thought that the Alphonse was the main character because it's called Full Metal. I was
Yeah.
like, why?
Because
is he the
everybody
main
thinks
character?
Alphonse is Full Metal when
He's
they see him.
the metal guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but he's not Full Metal Alchemist. It's his brother.
His
Yeah.
brother. They named him
Yeah.
that because he did a Full Metal alchemy
Yeah.
exchange. I guess he put
Yeah,
a
well,
ball- a
his
soul.
arm and his leg is metal, but yeah.
It's legit. All right. Any other powers you want to mention before we move on to part 3?
No,
I think we
We about
there's
covered it.
obviously more, but man,
I'll
we
just
can't
say
talk
I
about
think
all of them.
I
You can
think
just
Key
name
is the
some off.
strongest,
Key is,
probably.
Yeah.
but is that the one you'd want?
Yeah, I said at the beginning that's the one I want, just because it's simple. It's like it's there. You can do a lot with it, and then it's pretty straightforward on how you.
But
get
you'd want to
better.
live in that world of Key.
It ain't too bad.
But like that doesn't change your answer.
Would you want to be a Saiyan though? If you were a human, you probably couldn't get much.
Yeah, you freaking suck.
I can catch up.
Krillin is
catch
all
up
you
to
can hope
Krillin's ass.
for.
He's the
I can catch up to
strongest human.
Yamcha and Yajirobe.
Yamcha's the weakest.
When Krillin is the best you can hope for, you might want to change your answer.
Shit, he went toe to toe with Goku in Super.
Goku.
Goku.
Goku. Him and the pig, that pig, what was his name? Did they have the same voice actor?
No, I was gonna say
Oolong.
Olaf.
It's
Oolong. Yeah.
Oolong, yeah. Freaking Mr. Popo. The only black man in Dragon Ball Z.
Fucking yeah, Drogo.
Mr. Popo.
There's a meme. Yeah, about Mr. Popo.
I stand by my answer that I'd want to have quirks and live in that world,
I'll take
even
the
though I
Chakra.
don't get to pick.
Shit, living in Naruto world would suck.
Be awesome.
Seeing those memes, it's like just became a Genin, and then it's like you're up against Madara, and then he comes back, and you're like, shit.
I'll give it a shot.
You're like you're like just became a Cloud Ninja tuning.
Yeah.
First,
and the
first
Naruto
mission,
world,
Madara Uchiha.
and the Naruto world, they've got very little technology. Like they had headsets.
In Boruto, they got phones.
Boruto
and
is
and
basically like where we're at now. But
Okay.
yeah, back in Naruto, it was pretty low tech.
Yeah.
They had the birds.
Jeez.
Which is why they keep it simple like that, because it's a ninja village. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they
I don't
are like
it
it's
with
a
the
high
technology.
technology ninja village.
All right, let's move on. Let's wrap this baby up. Part 3, we gotta talk some Attack on Titan. Episode 70 was Deceiver. And thinking about that name, what do you think that why do you think they called it Deceiver?
I'm trying to think who got deceived in that episode.
I know, nobody got-
specifically.
Nobody.
Well,
oh wait,
it's the
Gabby
family.
did. No, Gabby got deceived by Marley.
Oh yeah, she was. Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
She's
being
brainwashed.
young.
She's starting to realize how fucked
Yeah,
up it
I
is.
was saying
Brainwashed.
that.
Yeah, Marleyans are over there. Because yeah,
She's like, your mom, your ancestors, hundreds
Thousands
of
of
years
years
ago.
ago,
And she's like,
thousands.
but why did my mom deserve? My mom
Yeah.
hasn't done shit.
yeah.
I like how they're bringing people in back, like that girl from all the one. It's
I-
also bringing the feels up with Sasha too. Like
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
Gabby doesn't.
And she
deserve that
doesn't even
meal.
realize that that this girl that's talking to Gabby has no idea that the girl she's talking about was Sasha, who she shot.
And Gabby's
Yeah.
got no idea. She just ate a meal from the girl she shot's dad.
Yeah, I
Right.
know.
When she was yelling at Gabby, I was like, yes, now you fucking know.
Yeah. Freaking.
I want to
a
see
good
what's gonna
episode.
happen with them, like what they're gonna do, or like if they're just gonna end up living there.
I think that they're gonna escape. I bet you they get out and they get back with Reiner and gang.
I'm pretty sure it looks like Reiner and them's going to come over there.
Yeah, Reiner.
yeah, they're all in.
So Aaron's plan to buy them time didn't work because Reiner's like, we need to attack.
think
'cause
that
it's
was
not
his
what they're
plan, though?
expecting. Yeah, he wanted to keep them at bay and buy them time.
I
At this
don't
point,
know.
I don't know what
I,
Aaron's
I think he
thinking.
just wanted to fuck him up.
I think he's got a plan.
Either way, Aaron's
I mean,
gonna-
he's got a plan, but
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
why
know.
he's saying fight in the mirror. He's got a plan. He's
Because he's
got
trying
his
to keep
eyes set
fighting
on
because he
something.
knows they're coming. He's gonna have to keep fighting them.
Yeah, he's got his eyes set on something.
I don't know. I just don't feel like. I feel like they could clap their cheeks if they tried to come over right now, though.
Wait,
you?
who's clapping whose cheeks?
just
Reiner's clapping Aaron's or Aaron's clapping Reiner's cheeks?
the Marlians wouldn't have a
Geez,
chance
last 2
against
out of 3,
Paradise.
Aaron's clapped Reiner's.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have. All they have is Reiner, fucking the Cart Titan, and the Jaw Titan, who they already clapped, and now they're coming to their territory. They can bring him in with the ODM, like.
But the Beast Titan could just as easily turn on him, pick up
Kill
one of those
him.
giant trees and start swinging it around
I
like
ain't
a
worried
baseball
about him
bat.
as long as Levi's around.
Yeah, that's true.
Personally,
Did you know that Zeke is 26 and Levi's 39?
Dang, Levi's.
Zeke cannot be 26.
I saw it today. It said it was a meme. It said, "You believe this guy Zeke's 26 and Levi's 39?"
that's got to be just trollers.
I believe it because Levi is old.
Levi's always been older. Like,
But Kenny was. That would mean that Kenny was
Kenny.
like 65.
And Kenny was probably in his
he's
50s.
probably like 50.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm sure the life expectancy can't be past like 60 in this
Yeah,
world,
living
in
a
Paradise.
world like that.
Yeah, I guess Zeke wouldn't be that old because Aaron's
This is
what,
half his
18
brother.
or
Yeah.
He was 13, so and he told on him when he was pretty young, so he could be. I feel like he should be more like 30 because he looks like an old head. But
Man, what else happened in this episode?
Gabby got
Gabby
bit by a horse.
murderized that guard, and he's a dumbass for going in there.
Yeah, that was.
Where'd you get that brick from?
Was it a brick?
Yeah, it was a brick in a sock, wasn't it?
Oh, she must have pulled it off the wall. I
She
thought it was a piece of wood.
Crushed
Yeah, it
the
was a
shit out of
brick.
it.
Yeah, freaking crushed his skull in with a saw.
Yeah, she fucked him up.
I'm gonna
Like,
take a pillowcase, stuff it full of bars of soap.
beat the shit out.
Yeah, that was brutal. And then Yeah, that was messed up that the family of Sasha was feeding her. They had no idea.
I didn't realize it until he said his last name was Bros, and I was like, no fucking way.
I'm surprised they got out of there that easily, Gabby and
Yeah, I know.
Falco,
I
that
thought there was
nobody's
going to be
seen
another
him.
guard, and she would just kill someone to kill someone. I didn't know they'd actually get out. It'd be like Roman.
So if Braun and the Jaw and the Cart do attack with what's left of the Marley military, because they don't have enough time to unite all the nations.
They're going to have to come on boats. What would stop Armin from just crushing the boats?
Yeah, how do they even have a chance? There's no way. They would have to be coming in like guerrilla warfare style.
Yeah.
Like they're going to come in,
They'll
go
make
into the
it
center of the
interesting.
town. I don't know what their plan is, but
No.
I mean, I feel like Aaron could just meet him straight up in an open field and beat most of them, him and Armin.
I mean, if they come by boat, all you gotta do is just stick Armin underneath the water, and when they come over, the boats fucking turn into the
Yeah.
colossal titan, freaking shoot him out of the water.
oh, we're forgetting about Annie. She's going to come back into play. Don't you say something, Colton.
Yeah.
I've beat around on the manga, so I don't know every detail.
Yeah, she'll be back. They wouldn't
But
just
she
keep
will be
her
back, yeah.
crystallized for three seasons to nothing happened with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know. This episode was one of those where it gave us a lot, but it didn't move the story forward at all.
Yeah.
It kind of was dust settling. I mean, other than them escaping, but I kind of felt like that they were going to escape. But I am glad that Gabby's starting to realize how fucked up her brainwashing is, because she's realizing she's blindly hating people for something they didn't even do.
Yeah. Falco's already there. Like, he's kind of been there.
Oh yeah, he's there.
I like Falco.
Yeah. What else happened? I feel like there was something else. What was the last scene? It was the axe. They were showing the axe that Sasha used
To
kill
destroy
that
the
Titan.
Titan, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. I can't remember what the next episode is called.
Hope.
Hope.
No. Never mind. I was watching how you reincarnate as a slime. The next one's called Hope.
Get your shit together, Colton. You're giving our listeners false information.
Sorry. It's not Hope.
All right, well, that's pretty much it. What do you got? You guys got any other thoughts about Your Name, Anime Powers, Deceiver? The episode Deceiver?
I just remember being ducked at Gabby the whole time. Just fucking hate her.
Man, I was reading online. There's a lot of people coming to her rescue because the internet hate for this
Yeah, it's a
lady.
battle.
It's
It's
all
a
the
battle.
manga readers coming to her
Oh
now.
my god.
They were trying to back her, but
People fucking
anime-
hate Gabby.
anime watchers of it, they hate her right now.
I mean, I don't care if she killed Sasha. Like, that's all I needed to hate someone.
I'll hate her forever just for that.
I mean, yeah, you kill off of somebody who's been in 4 seasons of an anime.
Doesn't mean I don't respect the role she serves in the story, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna be like, yeah, she's my favorite character.
I know I
Right.
will be pissed if she does get a Titan power over Falco. I'll be pissed about that. Damn it, Colton.
I didn't say
Giving me
anything.
looks. You're doing that thing.
I didn't do nothing.
All right, y'all. That about wraps it up. Hit us up on Instagram. Say hi. We're on there. We know you're listening.
We're following anybody back right now too.
Yeah,
I mean, we just
hit us up.
started it, so we haven't done much on it. But there's some good memes on there.
We got some good content, man. Just we know you're seeing it. We know you're listening. Hit us up with an IG message. That Anime Podcast. Email thatanimepod@gmail.com. Twitter, you don't need to follow us on Twitter, but if you want to, that anime pod _ between the words. Again, my name is Jojo.
I'm Brennan.
I'm Colton.
We are the Evans Bros. Peace out.